You wake before the scream. That is the first thing that feels wrong. Not noise, not pain. Silence. A strange silence pressing against your ears as if the whole city is holding its breath. Your eyes open to darkness-stained orange. The ceiling flickers. Shadows move where no shadows should move. Then the smell reaches you. Smoke. Thick, bitter, crawling into your throat before your mind understands it. You sit up too fast. Heat brushes your face. Somewhere beyond the wall, wood cracks under. Pressure. Then comes the scream. Distant at first, then another, then many. You stumble toward the window, hands shaking, heart pounding harder with every step. Outside, the night is burning. Roofs glow like furnaces. Sparks whirl through the air like furious stars. You hear feet on stone, doors slamming, a child crying for someone who does not answer. And in that frozen second, before you even breathe again, you know one terrible truth. The fire is already here. Only moments earlier, everything had almost felt ordinary. You had been wrapped in the warmth of sleep, drifting through the kind of fragile peace that disappears the instant you notice it. Even now, beneath the smoke, traces of normal life still cling to the room. The blanket is warm. The clay cup on the table still smells faintly of yesterday's water. The floor beneath your bare feet is familiar, cool at first touch, then warmer as heat rises from somewhere below. But the calm is breaking in pieces too small to ignore. A dull vibration travels through the wall. Dust trembles from a beam overhead. Outside, voices are no longer talking. They are cutting through the air. Short, sharp, panicked. You move to the door and place your hand against the wood. It is warm. Too warm. Fear moves through you, slow and cold, the kind that starts in the stomach and climbs into the chest. The city you slept inside is no longer the city around you. You force the door open and the hallway meets you like the breath of an oven. Smoke rolls low and fast, stinging your eyes, turning every inhale into work. You cover your mouth and push forward. The staircase groans under your steps. Below, sparks burst from the entrance, and someone barrels past you, shoulder slamming into yours, not even looking back. You reach the street and stop because your mind refuses to accept what your eyes are seeing. The road you know is gone. In its place is a river of people, ash and terror. Flames climb walls as if stone itself can burn. A horse tears loose from a cart and vanishes through the crowd, dragging splintered wood behind it. Embers land on your skin. You hear bells, metal striking metal, then the crushing roar of something collapsing nearby. Every direction looks wrong. Every alley glows. Every face is lit by the same question. Where do you run when the whole city is becoming fire? You run anyway, because standing still feels like surrender. The smoke thickens with every turn, filling your mouth with ash until even swallowing hurts. Tears stream from your burning eyes, and not from grief yet, only survival. You pass doorways jammed with bodies trying to push through at once. You hear prayers spoken too fast, names shouted into the dark, coughing that sounds weaker each time it returns. Above you, fire races along rooftops with a sound like cloth tearing across the sky. The heat changes everything. It presses against your chest. It wraps around your neck. It steals your breath before fear can. You turn into a narrow lane, hoping for escape, and nearly stumble over a fallen beam still spitting sparks. Behind it, the path is blocked. Ahead, another wall of smoke swallows the street. You are no longer choosing where to go. The fire is choosing for you, and one thought burns louder than the city itself. You are trapped. Then the buildings begin to die. Not burn, die. One by one, with sounds too heavy for the night to carry, a balcony crashes into the street and explodes into embers. A tower leans, pauses as if deciding, then folds into the avenue in a storm of sparks and screaming stone. The ground trembles under your feet. Dust and heat slam into your face. You throw up an arm and keep moving because stopping means vanishing beneath it all. Around you, people are no longer running in lines. They are scattering, colliding, falling, dragging one another up, abandoning what they cannot carry. You feel someone grab your wrist. For one breath you think rescue, but it is only desperation. Another person, begging you to know the way out when you can barely see your own hands. You pull free and hate yourself for it instantly. Everywhere you look, the city is shedding pieces of itself into the street. Homes, shops, lives, and your next breath feels less certain than the last. You reach what used to be a square, but it no longer feels open. Fire circles it from every side, turning the night into a furnace. In the center, people clutch bundles, cages, blankets, anything that lets them pretend they still own part of the life that existed an hour ago. You look down and realize your own hands are empty. Somewhere between the bed, the street, the smoke, and the running, you lost the last. Simple things that proved who you were before this. The thought hits harder than the heat, not because of the objects themselves, but because of what they mean. You cannot carry a room. You cannot carry a voice. You cannot carry the ordinary version of yourself that believed morning would arrive gently. A woman kneels beside a covered shape and does not move, even when sparks land in her hair. A child stares at the sky as ash falls like black snow, and you understand it too. Escape is not the same as leaving whole. You find a narrow opening between two burning walls and push through into a side street where the smoke thins just enough for the stars to appear above the orange glow. For the first time since waking, you stop running. Your chest heaves, your legs shake, your skin feels tight with heat and ash, and against every instinct telling you not to, you turn around. The city rises behind you like a wounded beast made of flame. Windows flash and vanish. Roofs collapse inward. Sparks surge upward in bright swarms, as if the fire is sending pieces of the city into the sky so nothing can ever be gathered back together. You search for something familiar in the blaze. A doorway, a corner, a tower, a sign that one part of your world survived. But the fire has erased the map inside your mind. Home is no longer a place you can point to. It is only a direction now consumed by light. Even if you live through this night, you will never return to the life before it. Ahead, beyond the smoke and broken stone, you glimpse the edge of the city wall where the crush of people narrows into one desperate stream. That sight pulls you forward. Not hope, exactly. Something more primitive, the need to keep moving before grief can root you to the ground. You force your legs onward. Each step feels stolen. The street is littered with shattered wood, torn cloth, dropped tools, overturned carts, and things no one thought they would ever leave behind. Your lungs ache. Your throat feels carved raw. You hear someone calling behind you, but the sound blurs into the roaring night and you do not turn back. The gate is close enough now to taste freedom in the cold air beyond it, yet danger grows sharper near escape. The crowd crushes tighter, bodies surge and lock. Panic changes shape here. It is no longer fire alone. It is the fear of being too late by a single second. You squeeze through and feel the wind from outside the walls hit your face. You make it beyond the gate, but survival does not feel like victory. The fields outside the city are crowded with silhouettes, lit by the inferno behind them. Some are standing in stunned silence. Some are sobbing into their hands. Some keep staring at the flames, as if enough looking might reverse what has happened. You turn back once more, and from here the city no longer looks like streets and houses. It looks like a horizon made of loss. Entire blocks pulse red and gold. Smoke climbs into the sky in one massive column, swallowing stars, swallowing distance, swallowing the idea that dawn will fix anything. The wind carries sparks far beyond the walls, and each one dies in the dark before reaching you. That should comfort you. It does not. Because the fire is no longer just behind you. It is inside you now, in your heartbeat, in your memory, in the sharp understanding that some nights divide a life into two parts forever. The person who went to sleep and the person standing here now. When morning finally begins, to gather at the edge of the sky, it does not look like a new beginning. It looks pale, exhausted, almost afraid to touch what the night has done. The flames shrink, but the ruin remains. Smoke drifts over the broken walls like a ghost refusing to leave. Around you, the survivors speak in whispers, as if louder voices might wake the nightmare again. You stand there breathing the bitter air, feeling the cold settle into the places where heat once lived, and you understand something that stays long after the fire. Escape does not end a night like this. It only gives you the burden of remembering it. You will remember the silence before the scream, the orange on the ceiling, the street turning into terror, the moment you look back and knew home was gone. And maybe that is the cruelest part, not that the city burned, but that you are still here to carry the sound of it forever. Comment, I would survive, or would you?